Hold up. Hold the up. I'm sorry. Did I just see? No, I did not. Sorry. That's wild. Oh my god. Sorry, but just look at this. I can see there's already the reactions to the Will Smith apology cropping up online now. So why don't we just do our own? I don't even do like reaction stuff. I haven't really tried it before. Honestly, I'd love to be able to just like sit back and watch YouTube all day, every day. That'd be a vibe. Will Smith apologizes and cries. Where's his actual video? Is it this one? 1.6 milli. How long is it? 5 minutes. Okay. Before we watch this, I'm feeling like we should go and watch the slap again. I feel like that would be a good idea. And just remind ourselves of why we're here in the first place. You know, this has had 100 million views. That's out the gate. I mean, I suppose it's not that surprising anymore, but like I don't even care about this sort of stuff. But I just remember this day. It was just so interesting because everyone thought it was everyone just thought it was like a stunt, but then it just kept going.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right. That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh.
So here's what I don't understand. Everyone seems saying it's like a joke about alopecia, but I don't get it.
Smith, is it like, please?
G.I. Jane, because is G.I. Jane bald? Is that what the problem is?
Lord!
Is there, let me just clear this up now. Is there actually a movie called G.I. Jane that she's in? Is that her? No. It's got Demi Moore. I don't think it has old mate in it. Let me read this. G.I. Jane 2 joke explained. This is when it's, you know, it's hilarious, by the way, is that you have to actually go and look it up. I'm going to assume it's because G.I. Jane is bald, right? And she has alopecia or something like that. And that's what everyone got pissed off about. Because G.I. Jane has got a shaved head. So that's it. That's literally it. That's the whole thing. Okay. All right. I just needed to clarify that. She's not happy, bro. Bro, what's Will up to? He's literally doesn't give two f***s. He's chilling. I don't think anyone cares. But except for Jada. I still can't believe he did that really. Man snapped. I know. I was so convinced it was like a publicity stunt. And the fact that it just kept going and was like, oh no, he's just kind of crazy. Yeah, blew my mind.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard.
This is so wild. Do you think... Okay. Do you think that when he got up on stage, that at that moment he actually knew what he was going to do? Do you think he actually had that idea in his head? Or do you think he was just all of a sudden on stage and was like, what the f am I going to do? Like, why am I up here right now?
Oh.
Bro, that hit.
Oh, wow.
I forgot about this bit.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
Shit, boy. I think once that bit happened, everyone knew that this wasn't a joke. Like, it wasn't like a stunt. They didn't just do some like Hollywood slap sound effect thing. That was like, that just happened. Once he started screaming, it was like, oh shit, crazy person time. No doubt about it.
Okay.
What do you do, mate? What do you actually do? If you're Chris Rock and you're standing there, bro, and that just happens, what do you do? I swear to God, I don't think he could have handled it any better than how he did. Chris handled it well, though. Yeah, exactly, Card. I think we both definitely agree on that. He just, like, stood there. Like, he took that hit, too. Like, I don't want to keep playing it, but...
Oh, wow.
He took that like a champ. That was just like a baller ass slap to the jaw, essentially. I feel like that's what that sound is like. It's like hitting the jaw or something.
I'm going to, okay?
I'm going to.
Okay.
He kind of bitched out a little bit, I won't lie, but I would too, so let's be real. I don't know what happens after that. I'm sure he just kind of kicks on with it, but what a moment. I want to see what some of these top comments are. Everyone would have forgotten that joke in 15 seconds, but we'll just make sure everyone remembers it. Hard out, right? It's that thing, like, that joke would have come and gone and no one would have given a shit about it. And then all of a sudden, that happens, and now that whole bit is etched just in like history forever. Are you married? What would you have done if someone done the same to your spouse? That is what I wonder. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not married. I'm not even in a relationship, so it's just a weird one, bro, because people make jokes. Do you know what I mean? I don't think anything gives you the right to go up and like hit someone. In that environment, it's hard to say. And it's also hard to know because obviously the things going on behind the scenes in like Will and Jada's life and their whole family just seems to be a bit off the rails a little bit. Is the men expected to defend her honor? I don't think anything gives you the right to go up and hit someone. That's kind of like my level, really. Unless it like, you know, it's self-defense or something, right? Obviously. I think that's probably why Will was in that sort of like moment, right? Or that's where his headspace was at. He was sitting there and going, if I don't do something, my marriage is over because it's already been on the rocks. Maybe before we watch his apology, we should go and watch that. Just a little bit of that interview. That real weird thing, those like clips of him with Jada, and it's, oh man, it's real weird. They're like talking about dating other people and shit, and he's just like losing it. I think for Will is a lose-lose. Don't do anything, he loses. Does something, he's not the bigger man. I agree. I think he was in a situation, especially for his personal life, right? These commenters are right. This one in particular, everyone would have totally forgotten about that joke in that moment within 15 seconds. But because he went up and did that, it's now etched in history forever. Like anytime anyone thinks of Will Smith or even Jada Smith for that example, that's probably what's going to be the first thing that comes to mind now, rather than their large body of work, which is a bit of a up when you really think about it. And then he won the Oscar later, bro. I totally forgot about that. Let's watch his speech. We're going to get to his apology soon. I just want to get as much context behind us as we can before we get into his apology.
I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you.
One thing I will sympathize with him, and I hate sympathizing with rich, successful actors. To be quite honest, it's not the kind of life that I would particularly want to live. I feel like it's tempting if you can do it, and I think it's addicting. I think that's why people just can't walk away from the camera and walk away from the limelight. I think that's why you have people like Kardashians and stuff like that that just seem, and like, you know, this, where people just go crazy because they can't, it's like an addiction, right? So in one hand, I sympathize, but I don't. Like, I sympathize with the idea of, I would hate it personally if I was constantly in the limelight and I had constantly people talking about me, saying shit about me, saying shit about my family. People talk a lot of shit about like his kids, even people talk a lot of shit about his wife and their whole, and obviously the whole thing with their relationship, which we'll get to after this.
People disrespecting you, and you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me.
It's funny, he actually pretty much did an apology video straight out the gate. Same night, same event. He didn't at all.
I'm taking up too much time. Thank you for
She's happy now.
This
Doesn't she?
honor.
It looks it.
Thank you. Hoping Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Oh, shit, boy. Okay. All right, cool. I think we got some good context now. I think maybe one last little quick clip that we'll have a look at. I just want to see the bit where they're like, crying. This one. We'll just watch this. Is this? Oh, it's like overly edited, but whatever.
Right.
You know, it's healing that needs to happen.
Absolutely. So
I didn't watch this thing, by the way. I had no idea what it was. I don't even know why they did it. I don't really understand why it needed to happen publicly. All I know is that I think they were like airing out a lot of personal shit in a really public way, which I just don't really understand, to be quite frank. Once again, I think it's this celebrity brain, right? Like people, it just takes over and people think that it's like the most important thing. And actually I was going to ask, or we'll say to you guys, and we'll talk about it when we watch the apology video. But in my head, the whole thing was over. Like I wasn't even thinking about that whole slap thing for so long. And then now he's released an apology and it's going to bring all this attention back to it again. So I don't know. Is it the right move, or do you just kind of like at a certain point just shut the up and move on?
Started a friendship with August, and we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. You know,
Hang on, I gotta move myself because that'll do.
You and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would
during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for
I just
don't understand why they're doing this whole thing so publicly. I just don't get it. Like, surely this is just not for the public to see. Like, why does it matter? Why does it matter who was doing what? To us, it just should be your family that needs to think about that. I think this is where that celebrity brain takes over, and they think that they're like the king and queen and need to answer to the people. Like, you don't. You know, it might come up in the tabloids all the time, but nobody actually cares who Jada Pinkett Smith did or didn't. Do you know what I mean? Or what the openness levels of your relationship are. It's super interesting that, like, the mentality behind it is so strange to me.
Feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
Bruh. That's gotta cut deep. Them or their agents thinking they need to speak their relationship woes to the public. I think it's them, bro. I don't think their agents would be like, this is a good idea. This is good press. This is what we want for you, Will. This is the image we want people to be thinking of.
Husband, now I got to be with you at the press conference while you like tell the world about your transgressions. Like, I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
No, I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself.
Sorry, this video is better than I thought it was going to be. I think he just needs to go and take like 5 years away. Everybody loves a comeback, and he's made so many movies. He should go out on the win that was King Richard, right? Like, he just won a Oscar. Like, just take the W from that. Also take the L from your actions and just disappear for like 5 years. And then come back and do something so goated that nobody can talk shit ever again. That's like always how it works, basically. And these guys, like, he's not going to be like hungry. It's not like he's not going to have to adjust his lifestyle, really, I would imagine. Just go and do some not acting or just go and not be a celebrity for like 5 years. And then when you come back, I swear to God, people love it. And then they go, Will Smith, greatest of all time. That's what would happen, I bet.
Just help heal somebody.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like...
What was interesting about this whole situation is that, like, it seems like she is under the impression, and I don't really know anything about their relationship, but it seems like Jada is under this impression that their whole relationship was more of a, like, she can do what she wants kind of thing. It's kind of almost like an open vibe. Or if it's not that, at least she thinks that if he's performing so badly with her in terms of giving her what she needs, she is allowed to go and get it from other people, which I also think is really crazy, and why everyone is ripping on Will in this, because it's like, bro, either you agree to this or you don't, and if you don't, and she's kind of still talking like this, you should probably bail the
fact
out.
That I'm speaking to you again.
Open relationship, anything goes, and everyone involved is fine with it. I just think, like, I think people sign up to an open relationship. I mean, let's ask you guys. I mean, have you ever been in an open relationship? Would you ever do it? I was asked this question the other day. If I was a world-class celebrity, right? If I was like the biggest celebrity in the world, you have everything. You have anything, whatever. And I was married to who my #1 celebrity crush is, which is, I will show you if you don't know who she is, Ana de Armas. She's playing Marilyn Monroe in this new film, okay? Look. All right, it's me and Ana, right? We're married. She's a big celebrity. I'm just as big a celebrity as her, right? She's not the biggest celebrity in the world, but let's just say we're pretty up there. Let's say we're definitely A-listers. We're household names. We could get anyone, and you know, let's just say I match her in attractiveness. Would you want to do an open relationship? And I said, no. If this is what you're waking up with every morning, I don't think you need anything else. It's just greedy at that point. But then obviously also personality and things like that and whatnot. For me personally, and I'm not trying to like shame anyone that's in an open relationship. I think if it works for you, then like go for it. But for me personally, I just don't think I could ever make it happen. You have to be such a special type of person to be in an open relationship. I would have thought that you would say yes. I think younger me would have liked the idea of it, like, yeah. But then I think in actual reality and having a little bit more age and experience behind me, I think I know what my heart would feel like, and it wouldn't feel good. I feel like they almost always end in tears. I would love to talk to someone who's in an actual, like, successful open relationship. I'd like to meet someone who has made it all the way. By all the way, I mean like they're 70 years old or 80 years old now. And they're like, yeah, we were in an open relationship our entire life. What I wouldn't be surprised with is that a lot of, I was going to get rid of Anna, but every single time I look over her, I'm happy she's there. What I would say is that it's probably more, you know what, you guys had enough of her. All right, she's mine. You can enjoy this puffy, beat up face. Anyone who's like 70 now, I think rather than open relationships, I think most people have probably just cheated on each other a lot and kept it a secret rather than actually having an open quotation marks relationship. That's what I think. But I mean, who knows? Would you guys do it? Tom, I don't think you would. I know you wouldn't. No, can't, no way. Like 100% no. That's cool. I reckon a lot of women would think men would jump on that opportunity. I think they because it was two women that asked me that. It was actually in a podcast called Talking Out the Trash. If you want to go and listen to that, it's on Spotify. There's a cheeky plug. But anyway, it was in the first episode of that, and they asked me if I'd do that, and there was a whole Anna Dowman situation, and they were real surprised, I think. I actually think men are more territorial of women than women are of men. I think that's a fair thing to say. And I'm not saying like at a higher level, but I think across the board, I think men are less enthusiastic about the idea of another man being with, I don't want to say their woman, but you know what I mean? Andrew Tate vibes. Not all men. I mean, yeah, obviously not all people, you know, right? Like, we can't generalize, but anyway, let's kick on. Let's go watch his apology. Holy shit, Will Smith apology in 4K. Let's go. It's been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. So this is where it's interesting. On one hand, I'm like, it's good that he's taken time to, like, you know, I think it's a good idea to just step back and then think about things. But on the other hand, everyone's forgotten about this. I think everyone's kind of forgotten about this, but it's kind of hard because I guess like as soon as the next promo for the next film comes out, like you were saying before, I think Khan or Calico, as soon as the next trailer comes out, this is going to be the first thing that people bring up, right? So unless you address it like directly first, I don't know. I guess it just has to happen at some point, but it definitely dredges it all back up again, doesn't it? Maybe you're just a baller move in life is to just never apologize. Like if you ever get cancelled, just stay quiet and leave it and then kick on and just ignore everything. I swear it goes away, eh? I swear it just all goes away after a while. You asked a lot of big questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. They always start the same. Like there's never an apology video that doesn't start with a bunch of just silence and grunting, and it's such a meme at this point. It's like everyone used to rip on Will Smith for like not being a YouTuber and for being in the YouTube Rewind, and now it's like he is literally a YouTuber now because he's done the apology video with the sigh.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
Oh, this is actually good. I'm excited for this because they're actual questions. It's not just, okay, I thought this was just going to be like, I'm sorry, I've done a lot of thinking. I have made a serious continued lapse in my judgment. No, he's actually going to answer people's questions. Okay, I'm down. I
was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to...
Do you think he was drinking? Not that I want to like shit on people who have like drinking issues, but like, do you think he was drunk or like on drugs or something? Because I don't want to say it's an excuse, but yeah, that could be a reason why he fogged out. I don't know.
To Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out.
It's such a emasculating thing too. Like it really, like with what happened, what we just saw, me, bro. Like if somebody comes up and just like smacks the shit out of you and in front of that many people and it's that aggressive, it is such an emasculating move because there's no way he could just be like, oh, it, let's go. Like, saying mean things to people isn't nice, but when you actually like hit someone and make a noise like what that did, yeah, that's pretty belittling for sure.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Hold the up. I'm sorry. Did I just see? No, I did not. Sorry. This wild. Oh my God. Sorry, but just look at this.
And
Bro, if I'm not wrong, this is his son's water company, bro. I swear to God, that is his son's, which he's probably got a stake in his water company. Is he promoting his son's water company? Oh my God. What's his name? Jayden Smith. God, why do they have the same name just about? Jayden Smith Water Company. That's it, bro. Just water. I'm not even kidding. Look. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. How low res can you get? Can I get the actual full version? There we go. Bro. Is that actual jokes? That is actually up. Like, honestly, for a second there, for a second while I was watching that, I was like, the apology to Chris sounds really genuine, sounds really sincere. And then it cut to this wide shot, bro. And look at that. Why did he do that? That's okay. We'll look at the comments after, but I guarantee you, bro, people will be ripping him out for that. Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh, and this fake ass set. What does this even say? The world is sick. Love is the cure. Okay. I want to know what all this shit is. Okay, now I've got to really look at like what we're doing here. I don't know what spirits in stone. I don't know what that is. Should we Google some of this stuff? Some of it's got some like meaning behind it. Spirits in stone. A groundbreaking study of ceremonial stone landscape. Okay, so it's geology. Right. I don't know what else is in here. I can't really see, but that's crazy. I can't believe that.
Here,
that actually blows my mind.
Whenever you're ready to talk.
Brought to you by my water business.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize. And you know,
it literally just, I was actually sucked into this for a minute, and it literally makes everything else now just feel like a piss take, like more Hollywood bullshit. It literally makes it seem completely disingenuous now. Like I was actually kind of like, all right, cool. I'll hear what he's got to say. I'm excited for this. I'm interested. Now it feels genuinely real disingenuous. It's crazy how that decision fell through the cracks. For anyone who knows what that is, that's crazy.
I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt, and this is probably irreparable.
It's just sitting there, isn't it?
There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something?
Okay, I'm interested to hear the answer to this. I'm more interested in the goss now than I am the apology, because the apology seems, forget the pun, but quite jaded at this point. It matters, but it doesn't, purely because of this for me. It's just crazy. I believe him, though. I do believe him when he says that he doesn't actually have that genuine kind of thought process of that was the best way to handle things. I don't think that was a lie. I do think people f up. You know what I mean? Like, obviously. People make mistakes. So it's not all, and I think this is another big mistake, which I'm sure he will hear about. I would not believe him when he says, I don't believe that was the right way to go about things. But then you see stuff like this, and you go, what do you think is the right way to go about things, my guy?
No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on.
It's so embarrassing, isn't it?
All of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment.
That is, I think, probably the most important thing. The least reported thing on the media, but probably the most important thing to anyone that was in that room, is that whole winning an Oscar, even though I wasn't even really thinking about it, and I think it's becoming less and less relevant in popular culture. Obviously, in the acting world is, I think, the best thing that can happen to you, right? In terms of, like, it's the biggest accolade. Doing what he did, it really did take away all of that. Nobody wanted to talk about who won what at the Oscars. It was all about what he did. That would probably piss off a lot of people, and probably rightly so. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down.
I could see him being such a people pleaser kind of person. Do you know what I mean? Like, just cannot handle not be. And I don't think it's because it comes from a place of genuine, like, I want to help people, though I'm sure he does in some way, shape, or form. I think when people are like that, it comes from a place of, I cannot stand to be seen in a negative way, in any way, shape, or form. And I think that probably speaks volumes about how this all started to kind of come tumbling down with all the Jada stuff that we were looking at before. Yeah, like he said in his acceptance speech, like all the negative comments about, you know, his kids and his family and his relationship and all that sort of stuff. I could see how that would be, for him, as the kind of person that he comes across as, to me, would be the biggest trauma in the world, because I think some people just need to be loved by everyone, and when they're not, it makes people do crazy things.
It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say...
Sorry. I'm trying to not think of myself as a piece of shit. Cut to wide shot with water self-promotion in my apology. Nailed it. Nailed the timing, my guys. I swear to God, bro, the people working on this video are with him.
Say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Huh? That was a weird line at the end. Sorry, I kind of tuned out a little bit of what he was saying.
If you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Well, I guarantee you something. If we were friends ever, I would have been over at the pool house. Guaranteed. Right, should we look at the comments real quick before we wrap this bad boy up? Let's get my actual, final thoughts on this whole thing before we look at the comments. I think that could have been a really good video. It would have been interesting. I'm glad that it wasn't just like a sit down like, I am sorry. I like that he answered people's questions, and I like that he owned up to how it ultimately up everyone else's night, and you know, that big night for those people. That being said, as I have brought up multiple times, I think this whole thing is just crazy, and I'm excited. I'm sure it's going to be picked up in the comments, like it just has to be. So I'll be excited to see if people are ripping him out for it. I really wish we could see the likes dislikes ratio as well. I think it would have been a better video if this wasn't happening. Better in the sense that it would have made him look better. It's had 72,000. Actually, you can get a dislike. I think you can get like a dislike extension, Chrome. Should we quickly get it? Okay, let's just see what happens here. Oh, we got the dislikes back. Oh my God, it's 50-50, bro. 74,000 likes, 75,000 dislikes. There you go. It's a 50-50. Damn, son. All right, should we have a look at some of these comments? I'm really glad I got that extension. That's really handy to have. Grateful for you, whoever figured that out. Thing is, there's a lot of comments here saying, we forgive you, Will. But to be honest, it isn't for us to forgive him, it's up for Chris. He can only make that call. Yeah, it's interesting that Chris and him haven't actually had a proper conversation yet. I don't blame Chris. I don't think Chris needs to do jack shit, to be honest. I suppose it just is what it is. I'm trying to think if they ever actually worked together on anything. I'm not sure, or if they were friends or even really knew each other. I suppose they're in different kind of grades. I'd say Will Smith is definitely a lot more fame, right? And I feel like with celebrities, they have that thing where they all hang out with people at a similar fame level. As a professional actor who can cry on demand, Will has almost had us here, almost. That's the weird thing about actors, is you never know when they're being genuine or not. I think you'd be able to tell if it was like totally bullshit. It's just the water thing was a really stupid idea, and no one's brought it up yet. We got to recognize that this is the human experience. Will Smith is not your savior. He is imperfect and makes mistakes, and honestly didn't need to apologize. Him being able to apologize is showing that he is a good one. Don't know. Maybe. I mean, yes to all of this. Whether he needed to apologize or not, though, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose I was saying, like, he probably could have just left it and no one would have thought about it. Hard to tell if he's being genuine or was just a really good actor. No one's bringing up the water thing. I'm amazed at that. I'm actually genuinely surprised that no one has brought that up. That was, yeah, interesting. Interesting to say the least. What an experience that was. Okay.